Turkey meeting, this is not it. So if anybody needs to leave, now's the time. It's upstairs as far as I know. So thank you for coming here. Just like a quick show of hands, who's here for the first time? You just raise your hands, that would be great. Wonderful, thank you for coming. Please come back next week and bring some friends. So just real quickly, I'll let you know what this is all about. We are a volunteer group in Orlando putting this together. It's a Kauffman Foundation initiative. I'll take that. It's a Kauffman Foundation initiative out of Kansas City, launched a little bit over 2 years ago. And we're now in more than 40 cities, actually 44 cities at last count. And we were the 12th city to come in, so yay Orlando for being a pioneer in this. This is a group of people putting this together, and standing over there is Natalie, one of the organizers. Say hello to Natalie. Back there is David, one of the other organizers, and also running the camera for us today. And Shay is currently in Vegas. But you can tweet at her, wake her up. That would be good. And looking at us somewhere from Kansas City is Nancy. And absolutely last but not least is our newest member as an organizer, Alex. You want to stand up, please? Please welcome Alex. Alex has been a devoted helper, stepping up each time we needed him, coming to a lot of them and saying, what can I do to help? I want to get more involved, and so he's coming on board. The sad part is that in about a month or so, Natalie is going to no longer get involved on a day-to-day basis. So make sure you go and give her a big hug, but afterwards, not right now. So real quickly, this is not Shark Tank. This is a constructive group help part of things to help the community grow. So it is constructive, not destructive. It's a 6-minute presentation. There'll be a timer just for Dennis right here in front. Dennis, it's not 8 minutes. Like, Dennis, you've been coming here since September. It's 6. So it's a 6 minutes presentation followed by by about 20 minutes of Q&A, thereabouts. We'll have a tiny little break. Did everybody get coffee? So continue and drink the coffee. Please do me a favor and give a shout out to our sponsors, Joycaster, who is typically doing a live stream. Obviously, Barney's Coffee is a big one, and Rollins ENT. And a shout out to, and include at 1 Million Cups ORL and everything you do so that we get tagged back into this. And that really is a great incentive for those that are helping us out to get a little shout out on social media and get recognized. So we truly appreciate this. So without any further ado, we're going to bring up our first presenter, Dennis. I will switch the presentation real quickly. Thank you, Bob.
Okay, welcome to Catalyst. Thank you, Ron, and Media Cups for the opportunity to present. I've been out here in the audience, so it's good to be in front of you guys.
Your mic's on. No, that is on. Just close it.
It's on. Hello. So I'm Dennis Pape, co-founder and managing director of Catalyst. My partner, Mark Scheinblum, is here. We'll be happy to talk to you afterwards as well. As many of you know, I'm involved with Florida Venture Sourcing, an organization I started 2.5 years ago. We have a weekly newsletter, website connecting entrepreneurs with investors. We've started a number of initiatives since then, including Venture Pitch Orlando, an opportunity for startups to present in front of investors and other founders and the tech venture community here in Orlando. It's coming up in August. We started some workshops at Urban Rethink on business planning, pitching, business model generation. We partnered with Bill Grimm here at Rollins with a every month workshop and capital raising. So these are just many of the activities that we've been involved with. And about 2 years ago, we started thinking about starting and opening a physical workspace that would crystallize and help new ventures in the community. And we started looking around, did a lot of research, worked out of a lot of spaces throughout the country, and saw the opportunity to really create a new ventures and new opportunities with a diverse audience in a physical, inspiring workspace. It's all come together after spending probably a year and a half looking at, I think, every building in downtown Orlando. We're at 1 South Orange, which is at the corner of Central and Orange Avenue. So, let's see, how do we go here? That is not. Okay, so what is Catalyst? Catalyst is a membership-based collaborative workspace community. We're opening third quarter of 2014. The key words I want you to remember here are members, collaborative workspace, and community. And those are the themes that we'll talk about throughout the presentation. So who are our members? Well, our members are entrepreneurs, startups, freelancers, creatives, and they come from a wide diversity of professions and backgrounds. They are you, and they are us, and that's why I'm very happy to present the 1 Million Cups, because all of you guys are the kinds of people that are members of Catalyst. And as you know, there are many challenges to workspace and community. Working out of your home, distractions. Everybody knows about distractions. Office setting, Skype phone calls with interesting backgrounds. Loneliness, and inspiration is a photo on the wall. Working in a coffee shop, plenty of challenges there. Expensive, meetings challenges, phone call challenges, power challenges, internet challenges, and well, what happens when you need to go to the bathroom? Where do you take your computer? So you're always asking somebody to watch it, at least I am. And what about your community? Well, your community is really your email, your phone, and meetups. Meetups here. 1 Million Cups, Creative Mornings, tech meetups, Venture Pitch Orlando, a number of places where we gather and exchange ideas, and that's our community. Catalyst solves all of those problems, but it's much more than that. So, Catalyst is a place where you can get work done, and you can get work done in an inspiring place. We have exposed brick. We found a building in downtown Orlando built in the early 1900s. We have exposed brick. We have high ceilings, wood floors, a craft coffee bar operated by Vesper, UCF grads in East Orlando, and ergonomic furniture. We've spent a lot of time talking to and looking at other spaces, and working in other spaces, and understanding what's involved and what people are looking for. So we have open seating at tables, lounges, and a coffee bar for laptops and collaboration. We have dedicated seating with room for monitor storage and files. We have an enclosed lockable workspace shown in the back for both individuals that need private, quiet space and startup team collaborative work. And we have conference rooms with video conferencing capability. We also have lounge space that we can repurpose for meetings and presentations. So it's a place that you can also learn. We partnered with Bootstrap Academy, Florida Venture Sourcing here at Rollins. We're talking to UCF Business Incubator, and we're going to host many events. We're a place where you can engage and collaborate, access to diverse membership talent, advisors, mentors, service providers, and investors. And the sum of all that is where you can thrive. We've got a diverse creative community. New opportunities are going to arise from connections that you make there, the collisions that you make there from the diverse group of creative people, and the relationships you form there. We've got multiple membership opportunities that we can talk about shortly that are range from $99 to $425 for a private desk. We're offering, as a thank you to help us get off the ground, a BOGO special. And we're, again, located 1 South Orange Avenue, the 5th floor. We're a 5-minute walk from East Lake Eola, from the Sunrail station. We're a 10-minute walk from all of Lake Eola, Thornton Park, Lynx bus station, free parking in Thornton Park those amenities by 10 minutes away. So, the most inspiring workplace in Orlando, working, learning, engaging, equals thriving. Please contact us, please join us, please join the work. Thank you.
Please use the microphone to ask questions. We're going to be walking around to the mic. You got that side, Natalie? All right, all the way in the back. I got it.
I got it. You do, we're recording. I'm very new to Orlando. I'm just curious to know why open a co-working space in Orlando now?
Well, this is a wonderful opportunity to do so. We don't have, essentially, I think we have CoLab in downtown Orlando, but currently that's the only option for folks right now. Urban Rethink was a co-working space that closed. There are more and more people that, as I mentioned, are working out of their house, working out of coffee shops, that are looking for a productive workspace. And it's a time when entrepreneurism is on the rise in Orlando, and it's a time where bringing a diverse group of people together can really spark innovation and creativity. So I think the time is now. The energy is downtown. So I think it's a perfect time to open such a space in Orlando.
Hello. Is it possible, say I'm having a busy day, I really need a workspace to come in and just rent for that day, or for a small fee?
So right now we have a community membership, which allows you to work 4 days a month, and also have access to all of our events and programming and the Vesper coffee bar. So that's our we're considering daily membership, but it's not really part of it yet, and we're thinking about it. But what we really want to emphasize is that we're really a community, and we want to get people working there on a regular basis so that people know you and that you can contribute to the workspace on some kind of a regular basis.
You have a question? So first I want to say Vesper is awesome, and I commend you for going outside of the box and not using Starbucks or coffee bar well known. Vesper is amazing for those of you who haven't tried it. What makes you different than some of the other co-working spaces? Because there are a couple others, not just CoLab, there's also Canvas, the Citrus Club, and a few other places. What makes you different, a little bit more unique that would have someone coming to you?
So as you saw in the presentation, we're about a very diverse community of folks. We're about entrepreneurs and startups and freelancers and creators. So we believe that the power of the space is the diversity of the membership. And we're all about members and providing those opportunities for our members to get work done, as well as to engage with a very creative group of folks to explore new opportunities for our members. And so I think we're unique. I think there's some overlap between some of the other spaces that will be opening. I guess Canvas will be opening in August, as you know, and Citrus Club, I guess, is open now. And there will be some overlap, but there's a large group of people that are interested in these work situations, and there's plenty of room for other spaces as well, quite frankly.
I'm going to add a little bit to that, because one of the other things I think that we're going to offer that at least at this point is a little bit distinctive is, we've worked with some partners on designing what the space should look like to offer the different types of work opportunities that are available to people who are looking for that. And what we found is that people at different times and with different needs have different spots they like to work in. Sometimes they need privacy, sometimes they need open space, sometimes they need to be able to interact. So we've developed a space that has private space, that has single person offices where you can go and put your head down and work without interruption, that has the open, broad space where you can sit, interact with other people while you're working, or sit at the coffee bar or in the lounge area and get a higher degree of interaction. And some rules that will have in place that establish what you do when you're in those types of areas. Some areas you can talk on the phone longer, some areas if you have a phone call, you should step away, not interrupt others. So we hopefully, these balances are hard to know until you really operate in, but we hope we found a good balance with different types of spaces that enable people to work in different environments that are best suited for them at the time.
Will it be open in typical 9 to 5 business hours, or is it extended for people who work around the clock?
It will be open 24/7. Yes.
Can you see the pricing model? Put the slide back up, the pricing model.
Yes.
While that's coming back up, all entrepreneurs, startups need a common set of providers, lawyers, marketing people, maybe web designers, all those things. Can we thought of creating some kind of local just to you, Angie's List of type approved providers where the local people who are using your space have had a good reputation with someone in there, and they're willing to recommend it to peers, and you can monetize that relationship back out of those providers.
Certainly, it's an excellent idea, and we want to make those times in the community. We want to provide opportunities for so we have a community membership where, as I mentioned here, 4 days a month of working. We hope that many service providers will and others will take that opportunity to interact with members through co-working, establish relationships with various folks who want to do seminars and workshops, have events. So yeah, all of it.
Slide. Thank
Is
you.
the question-
The pricing slide, I never got
Oh,
the
sorry,
price.
you were
Yeah,
looking for the,
yeah, it went on and on so fast I couldn't read it.
Okay, sorry. It's very good. So, we have 4 different levels of membership. The community membership, essentially for people that want to be obviously a part of our community, need occasional workspace. Those that are primarily laptop workers need that more productive, collaborative workspace in your home or coffee shop, as we mentioned. If you need a dedicated desk, you can leave your monitor there at your home. And then if you need private office space, and for startups, small businesses, we have 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 man offices. And by the way, these are not, in these offices, we're not a Regis executive office suite. It's not an office that you go in and close the door and you have meetings and you have a little conference table in there. These are meant to be offices where you do the heads down work that Mark mentioned, but all of us are doing multiple tasks all day long, and we need multiple environments. You don't want to sit in an open space. You probably are not sitting in an open space all day long. You need some private space, but you're not going to sit there all day long either. So these are small offices, but folks that are working out of these offices will be spending a whole lot of time in their lounge and their coffee bars and in their conference rooms. So it'll be a very interactive space.
2 questions actually. As a community member, are there, I know it's now, because I didn't see it before, you've got conference rooms down there where community members could bring their clients or groups of people together and work, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And is that covered under the $99 per month charge, or do you charge extra for that?
That will be there'll be some, and we haven't, and I apologize for not working out all of the details. We're going to have, and I suspect this is going to evolve, but we'll have, some level of number of hours for each of these plans. In terms of, we have three conference rooms, and we're certainly going to have to manage that space. And for outside groups, it's certainly going to be available at some nominal fee to use.
The second part of the question, there are a lot of people, I'm involved with the National Association of Entrepreneurs. They have meetings in different places. Would you be a source for a location for meetings?
Definitely. So the front part of the space is lounge space, which is available for meetups and events, and we can move furniture around and we can have presentations in that space. And I think we can hold probably up to around 100 people or so. So we'll be very happy to host events, and we hope to get 1 million cups maybe, or Creative Mornings, or anyone else that has meetups around town that are looking for space.
One more, go ahead. One more, well, unfortunately, we'll have to take one more question. The gentleman had the mic, please, now.
Yeah, is it a $425, if you do the office plan, is that per member, or is it per company, like say if you have 2 or 3 members?
That's per desk.
That's per desk?
That's per desk, so per seat.
And the dedicated desk, we can store files there, or is it kind of like open, someone else can use the office?
So the dedicated desk is reserved for you. You can keep a monitor there. You can, there's some small file storage at the desk and lockable that you can keep at the desk. Yes.
One last question over there.
Real quick question. For those who might be working at different hours, are you going to have any kind of security in the building? And also, are you only on 12-month contracts, or are there any other contracts?
So it's a month-to-month contract. Maybe that's not clear here. There's a discount if you do a 12-month contract.
Oh, okay.
But, and I guess I apologize for not making that clear. It's definitely a month-to-month contract. And as far as security is concerned, I mean, we'll be, obviously, we have key card access, 24/7 access. We're a community, and we certainly will vet people as they come in to the space. And so we recognize that security is an issue, but we want people to feel safe and be able to leave their supplies and monitors and.
So is there any background check on anybody that's coming in, a basic?
I think we're really going to rely on what we're calling the neighborhood watch effort, and that is that we're going to, and this program has been popular at other co-working spaces, where you get to know members in the space, and probably the 24/7 access is earned, if you will, or you become a member of the community, and that's one of the reasons why the daily membership may not be an option for us. We're studying that, but being a part of the community and people knowing you is paramount in understanding that.
We have one final question. Please, everyone, when you ask the question, make sure you speak in the mic so we can pick it up. And if you have a follow-up, say that right away, because otherwise it does. If you don't have the mic, we can't pick it up. And we have 7 people watching online right now. Woohoo! So they want to know what we're talking about.
Hi, Dad.
Good morning. I love the idea. Mine, just a quick question. Do you have anything about parking? Like, what is the parking situation for town?
So the parking situation is the parking situation. Downtown Orlando. No, as I mentioned, so there, as you know, there's a number of lots that are $1 an hour. There are, we're certainly encouraging sunrail, bicycle, walking. There's a lot of folks that already work and live in downtown Orlando. We're a 10-minute walk from free parking in Fulton Park. So all of those options are available.
Well, this is the end of the presentation, and you've been here before, so you know what's next, is what can we as a community do to help you as you're preparing for your launch and moving forward? What can we here do to help you as
well?
your
So the 1 Million Cups community is our community. All of you guys are the diverse community that we seek for our space. So please go to our website, join our newsletter to get updated on our progress. We'd love for you to join our community, and if you pre-join before we open up, we have some specials that I just described. We'll have a full website up in the next week or so, and just help us spread the word. Get out to the community beyond the Million Cups folks that are here, beyond some of the smaller meetups and some of our groups, including many that I have. We think that we're all over Orlando and we're not. We're very, can be very siloed and insular. So getting the word out for us is the best thing we can do.
Thank you very much. Round of applause. Thank you. So as we're setting up for the next presenter, I want to bring a couple of things to your attention. I don't know if you know this, but this past weekend, we had a startup weekend event in Orlando, which was a really, really cool event. It was focused on the education channels and the ability to make a difference in the education world. And some of you in the room were at that event. Can you raise your hand for me, please? So if anyone has a question, if you were at Startup Week, hello, Bess. If you were at Startup Weekend, raise your hand. Justice, thank you. All right. So I want you to keep your hand up for just a second. Stand up, Shahir. Stand up, Shahir, please. We do have a celebrity in the room. Shahir Rahman won the Startup Weekend this past weekend and got also a cool little article in the Orlando Sentinel. So that was really, really cool. And he's not giving up. He's going to continue with his startup and with this awesome team that he built in a matter of 54 hours. So if you want to know more about Startup Weekend, come to me. I'm one of the organizers and a facilitator, or those that are less biased are in the room and participated or were mentoring. Another really cool thing that I want to bring up real quickly is Charlene is here from the Orange County EDC. Raise your hand way up high. There you go. So Charlene is part of there's a competition coming up, and the deadline is in August 1st, dealing with the tech world, investors, people helping the community. That means vote for all the guys, all the people at 1 Million Cups, so we can participate in that. And so if you have any questions on what it takes to enter, it's a Tech Schwartz Award, all right? So, and nothing to do with Spaceballs. So just go in and talk to her, and she'll be happy to tell you more about this. It's, again, a great event that builds the tech community and gives you outlets and funding and help as you're continuing with your journey with your startup. So without any further ado, we're going to bring up our next presenter. Sunir, are you ready?
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Sunir Madani, and I am CEO and founder of Pape Merchant, your easy merchant services solution. So I'm a little nervous this morning, and my husband asked me, why are you so nervous? You're usually pretty good at presenting in front of an audience. And I said, well, I actually like anyway, so I'm really excited to be here today because, yes, I am really excited about 1 Million Clubs and to come today and tell you a little bit about Pape Merchant, who we are, what we do, as well as educate you guys on credit card processing, which is a pretty vague industry, as some might know it as. So let's get started. So currently in the United States, there are 28 million businesses, and this is small to medium-sized businesses registered. In addition, there's over 500,000 new businesses started each and every single month alone. Now, this statistic is really mind-boggling to me. There's over 500,000 new businesses registered every single month. These businesses rely on merchant processors and banks in order to take transactions, in order to process the payments, because consumer behavior is changing constantly. And it's growing in a pace where people are using less and less cash and more credit cards. And these business owners are fully dependent on processors to take their payment transactions. And what's happening within this industry is over the last 20 years, there really hasn't been much change. Merchants are, they're stuck with these really long-term contracts. There's tons of hidden fees and charges, and there really hasn't been much progress within this industry of high markups and really just state of confusion. Well, introducing Pape Merchant. We are one of the only subscription-based merchant services providers in the country right now, offering unlimited credit card processing for a flat fee. And so I'm going to dive a little bit further, and yes, that's supposed to be me. I'm going to dive a little bit further on how we're able to give you unlimited processing for just $60. So first, in order for me to explain this, let's talk about how a merchant is currently built. And this is kind of where the most confusing part happens. I'm going to try to do this in about 30 seconds. So first, there's direct costs that come from Visa MasterCard. These costs are the same across the board for every single merchant company. So whether it's me, Pape Merchant, or whether it's Bank of America, whether it's First Data, whether it's Vantiv processing, it doesn't matter. All our costs are exactly the same, and it's known as interchange. But on top of those interchange fees, merchants are charged that percentage markup. A lot of the times this isn't disclosed, so sometimes a merchant will sign up and be like, hey, you're getting 1.39% for your credit card processing. That's actually not the case. They're being charged the 1.39% markup over the cost. And those costs range anywhere from about 0.5% to about 3.5%. In addition to the markup, they're charged ancillary fees, which are just countless. Statement fees, PCI compliance fees, batch fees, you name it, we've seen it. So those are the three components of the merchant bill. What Pape Merchant is doing is opening up direct costs to all merchants, no matter their volume size, whether you process $1 in transactions or you're going to process $1 million in transactions. We open up our costs to you. That means we are eliminating the markup and we're eliminating all the ancillary fees. So we are the only provider right now that's offering 0 basis points markup. So we're offering it at direct cost, and all we're charging you is a membership fee. So on the right-hand side are 3 of our plans. These are our 3 plans, and they start at $59 a month, and they range to $99 a month. And as you can see on the left-hand side, it's a comparison of all the ancillary fees that I was talking about. But where the real savings is and where the transparency and the simplicity is on that percentage markup. Pretty much think of us like a Costco membership. You get direct access to Visa MasterCard for that membership fee. And the difference between the plans are the cents per transaction that you pay. And our cents per transaction are actually very nominal compared to our competitors. So they start at 10 cents and they go all the way down to 6 cents per transaction. And that plan is probably for merchants that are doing over 1,000 transactions a day. Also, we spent about a year developing the product in terms of streamlining it and making it efficient. So you can go online, you pick your plan, and within 24 hours, you're up and running. We also have amazing features such as next day funding and 24-hour approval, as mentioned. Not only is it streamlined and it's efficient, we're able to integrate our products into all different payment options for customers. We all know that each merchant is unique, whether you need mobile payment processing, you need recurring billing for your virtual terminal, or you need an online shopping cart, or just a regular merchant services terminal. We have solutions that fit the needs for your business. Again, our motto and our mission is that we believe that no company should earn any variable profit on your business. And this is how we're changing the game within the industry. We've just started this last year, and we actually were just ranked on top credit card processors on their top 5 listings. So we were ranked number 3 for top credit card processors for the month of July. In addition, I want to talk to you a little bit about our go-to-market strategy. So the way that we're going to be able to penetrate, now that you've understood our business, is we're looking to gain 10,000 new merchants in the next 3 years, which is going to yield over $10 million in revenue. We're going to be doing this by directing our traffic directly online, through online pay-per-click advertising, strategic partnerships, and our in-house direct sales team. With 1 million cups today, we're looking for a chief marketing officer and a chief technical officer. We're also going through our seed round funding and looking for strategic partners, contacts, and national accounts. That's it. Thank you so much.
Remember, speak in the microphone. We made it a little bit louder, so.
Hi, Sanira.
Hi, Gary.
If we're processing this on a website, we're a company that now takes PayPal. So we would love to switch over to you because we're paying way too much money. But how would it look online? In other words, what does the interface look like? I know what the PayPal interface looks like. So when my client goes online to sign up for a subscription or make an initial payment, what does that page look like that they go to?
So if you're an online shopping cart, we actually are partnered with Authorize.net for our shopping carts. You've seen that on many websites, and we're a direct affiliate with them. And so it would just be a regular online shopping cart. We're actually cheaper to go through us than to go through Authorize.net directly. So if you sign up through Authorize.net, there's like a $99 initiation fee, 25 cents per batch. You have 5 cents additional on the transaction and a couple of other monthly fees. Well, we include our online shopping carts and virtual terminals with our top 2 plans. So Brand and Stacks, which is our $79 plan, and it includes free Authorize.net online shopping cart. So all you have to do is sign up, and we get you your Authorize.net login, and you're able to integrate that into your
And you
website.
provide the gateway.
We provide that.
Just to follow up on his, because I also use PayPal. So right now, they leave my site, visit PayPal to make the exchange, and then come back. Do they do that with yours?
Yeah, so it's Authorize.net is our primary online shopping cart gateway.
And do I have to worry about the SSL? or
No,
what?
you don't. It's all secured with Authorize.net.
Right here.
A lot of other people lately are using little mobile devices called Square, things like that. How do you use the same device, or do you provide a different device?
I was waiting for that question. So we differentiate ourselves. We do have mobile payment devices, and we're not a product. My primary focus for that merchant isn't necessarily the device for Square. It's figuring out what this business solution needs. So Square currently right now is at 3% almost for their transactions, when the cost to run those transactions mainly are about 1.5%. So there's that variable profit that I was talking about. With us on our lowest plan, which is the $59 plan, we include the free mobile device reader as well. There's no contract to it, similar to Square, but there's not that hefty percentage. So you just pay the direct costs that come in. And yes, we have our own mobile devices that are provided through our back-end processor, which is National Processing Company. So we're backed by one of the largest processors in the United States right now, or in the world right now.
There's a question right here for you.
Hi.
Hi.
You said that you were the 3rd rank on creditcardprocessing.com. Who are 1 and 2 and why?
Okay, so it's a website where it's just one of our first accolades. We just got started, so it's kind of a proud moment for us. 1 and 2 are merchant, warehouse, and flagship merchant are the ones that are on top of us. They're a traditional payment processor, but what they have done is that they've really penetrated the online market. We've just gotten started. So we're number 3 right now, hoping to be number 1 really soon. But those are the 2, and they're actually just doing traditional merchant processing. Their rates are about 20 to 30 basis points, which is what I was talking about. We're at 0. When I got the interview from top credit card processors, the guy who was on the phone actually said to me, I talked to so many merchant services providers, and we actually collect payments for our website and advertising and things like that. I think I need to talk to my boss about switching over to your processing because you're cheaper than all of them. So
that's great.
I think I saw I think I saw on one of your slides that you said that a merchant processing $20,000 a month is kind of the break. That's
our ideal customer.
That's your ideal customer.
Yes.
So some of the other, so if you're processing much smaller than that, are you saying that it's more it's better to do other kind of like a Square or something if you're only doing a modest amount of transactions per month?
So that question is I'm going to answer that 2-part. So we're trying to figure out currently right now what our niche market is and where we're going to go out. If I'm going to come out and say, hey, I want to process for every single business in America, that would be an ideal situation, but we need to right now focus and find verticals and find our ideal customers. So our ideal customer where we see benefits the most for our product, because our savings really come into amount on that percentage markup. So the higher the volume, the more you're going to save. So if an average customer, if we can just take the average processing rate right now for a business is 0.5%. So if you're going through Bank of America or you're going through anyone, it's about 50 basis points. Well, 50 basis points on $100,000 in volume amounts to $500 a month, just on that fee alone. So on $20,000 worth of volume, that's where it really kind of kicks in for the larger savings. However, we process Whether you're gonna do $1 or you're gonna do 1 million, we're still gonna charge you our plan price at $60. So for customers that are using smaller mobile devices for 1 to 2 transactions a month, we really don't recommend our product because you're still gonna have to pay us that $60 fee. However, we're just trying to find our niche in the market, and that was just on there because that's who our ideal client is. But we are taking clients on all shapes and sizes right now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I love your business idea. I think it's fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm creating an app right now that's going to use a payment processor. One of the things I've run into is the single biggest reason why people use something like PayPal and Square is because of the brand and association of security. So a lot of people are afraid that if they put their credit card information in, that the identity is going to get stolen or that it will be used for nefarious purposes. So I have a two-part question. One is, how do you ensure or how do you convey to customers that it's safe to use something like Fat Merchant? Like what is the protocols to ensure safety? But more importantly, what are your protocols for contested sales? So if somebody wanted to, sorry? Chargebacks, yes, that's the word. That's the buzzword. So there you go.
Those are great questions. So I want you to know we're not running transactions from our warehouse in the Kissimmee incubator. So transactions, so we are backed by National Processing Company. All ISOs, there's only a few, you have to understand who's in the game. So it's Visa, MasterCard are the card holders, they're the card brands themselves. They have registered large merchant processors such as First Data, such as WorldPay, such as Heartland Payment Processing, and Vantiv is one of the other ones. Within those large payment processors, then you have the umbrella of all the resellers for merchant processing as their own company. So you have to be a registered ISO of one of the companies. You have to register with Visa, MasterCard. You have to get all your ducks in a row before they give you the approval to go out and sell as a company. There's a ton of agents that can go out and do it, but as a processor itself. So we're backed by Vantiv, and all our transactions go through their secured gateways. Merchants are required to get their PCI compliance, which is payment card compliance, done every year. So it is all done through secure networks that is processing for accounts such as large national accounts such as Walgreens. And so these are not transactions that I'm coming out and we're running through our servers. What we're doing, you still need a broker. It's just like the phone industry. You have your own cell phones, and there's different companies that own the towers. But you can't take your cell phone and you can't connect it to the gateway owner. You have to go through AT&T. You have to go through T-Mobile. Hence that slide that I was sharing with you on the relationship that merchants are fully dependent on processors to take those payments. What's happening in the industry right now is it's a little bit of, there's no change. If there's every statement that I look at, and a rep can go in. I was a merchant services sales rep for 3 years. I could go in and price a business however I wanted to. So I could walk into the door and I'm like, okay, well, I like you today, so I'm going to charge you half a percent, or I'm going to charge you this, and these are the things. There's no regulation on it, and that's why merchants are constantly shopping for rates. They're constantly looking. But there's no one been out there that said, hey, why do we even have to shop and be competitive? Why doesn't everybody just give it at zero? And that's what I've done. I've just opened up costs and said, hey, I'm happy with if you pay us $60 a month and we'll handle everything, and you don't have to shop around ever again. And then your second question was on chargebacks. So chargebacks are also handled the same way. As soon as you get a chargeback, Visa, MasterCard will send you a retrieval letter saying, hey, this customer on this has charged this chargeback for you. So you can contact us directly. So we have an in-house customer service, or you can contact directly like the National Processing Company on your statement. They handle the chargeback. Chargebacks do happen, and there's we're writing a blog on how to avoid chargebacks for businesses. But they do happen from time to time, and we just help in fighting those charges. And sometimes customers win, and if you have the receipts and you have everything properly documented, then most of the times the merchants do it.
Any questions? Oh, right there.
Hi, I use Intuit GoPayment for my processing right now, and I like how it integrates really easily with my QuickBooks and the reporting aspect of things. What kind of reporting system do you have in play, and is it easy to search for transactions, see how you've done each month, and search for individual transactions?
Right, so we actually, and one of the slides mentioned, we offer solutions for all different types of businesses. It's not just about the mobile card reader. So we offer NPC Secure, which is a virtual terminal, and it integrates directly with QuickBooks as well. And it's very similar to what you're used to with the Intuit Go payment model. Also, with all of our merchants are given online reporting, login, and options where they can view their dashboard, view their transactions, pull up their batch history, pull up your transaction history, pull up how much volume you've done by Visa, by MasterCard, by Discover. So there's amazing analytics behind it where you can kind of log in and see everything from a real-time basis. And it integrates with QuickBooks as well for that specific NPC Secure we have for that. And that system is actually great for customers that are doing B2B or that are doing recurring billing. A lot of the times companies aren't taking credit cards, or let's say for example a lawn care company, they have to charge the card every single month the same amount, or it's the same customer every month. Well, you can go in, enter in the credit card information one time, and you can tell that, okay, I want to charge this customer for 12 months. It'll charge your customer the same amount on the same day every month, and you don't even have to worry about calling the customer, doing the sale again, and the money's in your account the very next day. And let's say if the invoice changes, you can go back, change the invoice, change the stop and end date. So we have really cool features, and one of the things that we're doing with our direct inside sales teams is really learning about what the customer's needs are and designing a payment solution for that business.
Final question? I have several clients that are in the retail and the restaurant space. They process using the terminal, right? And a lot of them have been sucked into a 24, 36-month contract to lease a terminal, and then on top of that are required to pay insurance for this terminal. What are the terminal options with processing?
And that's that's exactly what's happening. A lot of the times they'll sign up with their rates, and then the equipment will be like $40 a month, and then they're sucked into 48-month contracts. We have no contract policy, so we offer you the products at cost. So our terminals cost about $200 per purchase, and they are the EMV chip card compliant for the new technology. And so we offer it at cost, and with our $99 plan, which is our highest plan, we include the terminal for free. You use it as long as you process with us. If you don't process with us, just send it back. So we actually offer it, no contract on it. We provide the equipment for free and different ones on all different plans.
I feel like opening a store just to use them. Any other questions?
Well, follow us on Twitter. We're looking for Twitter followers.
So beyond following you on Twitter, what else could we do for you as a community, sitting here and other people? Is there someone? Oh, I'm stopping. I'm not
We're
going
looking
in.
for our founding team right now. I'm looking to put together our team. I'm looking for a chief marketing officer and a technical officer, and this is one of the reasons I come here to 1 Million Cups, because there's so much smart talent out there. So I'm looking to put together our founding team. Also connections is what we're looking for. So if you know of any chains, or if you know of any national accounts or strategic partners, that's what we're really looking for. Dollars are always good too.
Sweet.
Very good, Senora. Thank you very much. So I know everybody is sad, but we've come to the end of another great 1 Million Cups. I almost said startup weekend. I've been saying startup weekend all weekend. So thank you to you guys. Our ask again is, if any of you in the room, for some odd, strange reason, has not liked us on Facebook, please do that. Share it with your friends and ask them to like us, follow us. If you have not filled out the form on the website, so that we get notification on Tuesday mornings as to A, who is presenting, and B, where we will be, because we're still bouncing around for the next few weeks, then you'll just be roaming around this beautiful campus next week going, where is it? So go ahead, sign up on, it's one newsletter a week, and then one thing that I have to tell you is that you're going to get a questionnaire. There will be a questionnaire uploaded on the website. If you can go and take a look at it and answer, help us improve, help us get better, help us grow. And the more you do, the better it is. And the more you share with the community and your friends, the more we can come and bring you some amazing presenters and continue the conversation.
We should be back at Bush for the foreseeable future.
Oh, so next week we'll be back at Bush, or we won't. You won't know unless you sign up. See you next week.